Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moment is finally here. I am back with another Robby video. And in this specific Robby video, what have I been saying for the last year? Well, I mean, you could say, yes, Jacob, you said Robby was going to win. Yeah, about that. Yeah, that's, I'll address that in a separate video. I've got one on Eli coming up after this. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And in that, I'll be talking a little bit about why I don't mind that Robby didn't win. It will be covered in that as well, because it leads into Hawk's arc. But in particular, this moment here, something I've been talking a lot about ever since Season 3 had ended. You know, I went back through Season 1, 2, and 3. You know, hence the amount of Robby videos, is Robby's character fascinated me the most. And was, I felt, relatable for a lot of people, like a lot of the characters in this show are. And with Robby, I already saw the signs and the seeds of his redemption ages ago. As much as everyone said, oh, Robby's not going to redeem, no, he's a piece of shit, no, he's just an arsehole. I have been constantly saying since day one that Robby is in line for an absolute killer arc. Going forward, and I said Season 4 would be the catalyst for it. Now, make no mistake, it doesn't mean that Robby is exempt from nearly killing Miguel. Still needs to make up for that. He also now needs to make up for, you know, shaving Hawk's hair off. That's another thing. And there were moments this season that I felt like he was just being a bit of a dick, you know, especially to Kenny. When Kyler was making Kenny carry all the stuff, like Robby could have stepped in and said, hey, Kyler, stop being a jerk, you twat. But no, he carried on letting him do it. But in regards to the topic of this video, Robby has now come home. Now, does that mean he's left Cobra Kai? Not yet. I think he might still be in Cobra Kai for a little bit longer. But I think the way Season 5 will progress, Robby will join Eagle Fang. That video I did a few days ago about why Hawk could join Miyagi-Do and that could open the door for Robby to join Eagle Fang is... I think Miguel has really bonded with the Miyagi-Do style. He even got the headband. I feel like it's a natural progression for when Miguel returns to really, you know, go all in on Miyagi-Do. And it's a natural progression for Eli to be in Miyagi-Do, given how much it's helped him. He's now the champion, you know. So that there leaves the door open for Eagle Fang to have a new champion. And Hawk could have filled that role, but he went and joined Miyagi-Do, now he's champion over there, and Miguel will most likely go over there once he comes back. And as I said, Robby's long-term redemption, you know, already is starting now. The Puerto Rico image where he's with Johnny, that's indicative to me of him saying, hey, look, Dad, I'm going to come with you. I'm going to make up for what I've done. Let's go and get Miguel back, you know, or maybe Johnny says, hey, I can't do this without you, son. You know, let's go on a father-son trip and get our other son. Like, it's going to be fun seeing how that plays out. But this particular scene at hand here, I think I speak for everyone when I say, this scene brought me, it really hit us, a lot of us, to the verge of tears. This scene was so perfectly done and so well executed. And I will talk about the Miguel-Johnny scene that was heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. But this scene right here is 4 seasons in the making. It's 4 seasons in the making. I have been saying for the longest time, Robby and Johnny need to bury the hatchet. It's time. It's over. It's done. Come on. It's time to stop this now. Stop this back and forth. Will they, won't they? You know, come on. It's time for father and son to be united for once. And they were going to. Before the school fight in Season 2, they were on the same page. And then the school fight happened, and then everything went astray. You know, there has been a lot of circumstance and situation that have kept Johnny and Robby from reconciling. Hell, you can go all the way back to Season 1, where Robby was going to check out the Cobra Kai dojo where his dad was, until he saw Miguel there, and then he buggered off and he got a job at LaRusso just to spite him. You know, it's all these little things. And I have been saying that Robby's lack of awareness for what he's done is going to come to a head in the Season 4 finale. I did say this, and this isn't me just gloating, but I have said it for the longest time, that Robby in the Season 4 finale, the seed will be planted for his redemption. It's already kicked off now. His redemption is about to begin. And I gotta give it to William and Tanner, because this scene was fucking so well done by both of them. When Johnny walks into the Cobra Kai dojo that's now closed, Terry Silver's relocated them, multiple locations, yada yada yada. It's again very symbolic. This is the place that Johnny started Cobra Kai again, and it's now closed. You know, there's the legacy, the history there. This building's now closed. You know, it's heartbreaking. You hear the door open, you're like, oh shit, who is this? Robby walks in, and then you're like, please, please, can you two just bury the hatchet? There's a moment in the All Valley, one of my favourite shots, where after Tori gets her win, you see the camera pan on Robby as he looks at Johnny, and there's a pan back and forth between them. Like, that made it obvious to me. It's like, Robby didn't celebrate with the other Cobras when they won. Robby was only celebrating for Tori. He didn't really care about the rest of them. He didn't care about the overall kind of war that was going on. He even said at the start of Season 4, I don't care about this stupid stuff. I don't care, you know? And I did one video on this basically saying he never cared about the karate. He just wanted his father. He just wanted his dad. And it comes full circle in this moment here. And I have seen people say that, you know, oh man, Jacob, you were right. What do you expect? I've been saying it for an entire year. I knew they were gonna do this. I said Robby has the long-term arc. He has the Anakin Skywalker arc, the Ben Solo arc. It's an arc that you won't see play out until you get to a certain point in the season. Like with Eli. In Season 2, that dude was getting smacked around. In Season 3, he was doing ungodly behavior. And in Season 4, that's when his true redemption kicked in, and now he's the All Valley champ. This is what I mean, long-term character arcs, people. It's not always about what they do in the short term. You gotta see the long-term goal. And Robby right now is in such an exciting position because he's a badass, good guy, bad guy, anti-hero, lone wolf. Like, it's the best kind of character, which is why we all love Hawk. It's the same kind of premise. And this scene in particular was so emotionally gut-wrenching. The moment where not just the fact that Johnny and Robby are on the same page, but Johnny understands how to talk to Robby now. This whole show, Johnny has never understood how to talk to Robby whatsoever. He now knows. And Robby has finally taken responsibility for his part by saying, I'm sick of blaming you, Dad. Like, the delivery by Tanner on that line was fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Sorry for cursing in this video, ladies and gents, but I've been talking about this for an entire year. And I've been met with a lot of like, oh, you're Robby this, you're Robby that. Do you now see what I was talking about? Do you all now see what I was saying? Scenes like that. That's what it was going to pay off. That scene paid off 4 seasons worth of story. And Johnny comforts him and says, we'll figure this out. So Robby could very well stay in Cobra Kai, but he could work as an agent from the inside. You never know, that doesn't mean he's a spy. But, probably that, screw it, he may as well be a spy. But it puts them both on the same page, and the minute where Johnny and Robby both embrace and hug as father and son, it's so emotionally hot. It's just, it pulls on the heartstrings. You know, William and Tanner absolutely knock this scene out the park, and it's 4 seasons worth of story that has been building to this massive crescendo where they finally get their shit on. You know, Robby takes responsibility and accountability, and Johnny understands what he needs to do for Robby. It's finally there. And we're gonna get that Goku and Vegeta team up very soon. Because Miguel is, for all intents and purposes, Goku, and Vegeta is Robby. Like, we're gonna get that scene. I think when they go to Puerto Rico, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Robby and Miguel team up. And a few episodes before this scene took place, in the house party, Robby and Miguel looked like they wanted to talk to each other. This is what I was saying. Their rivalry can be solved by a simple conversation when no one else is around. When no one else is around, no Johnny, no Sam, no Tori, no Daniel, no one. Just them two in a room in isolation. I guarantee you they'll work it out. And that is exactly what they're going to do in Season 5. And I can't wait to see it. I really can't. And this is interesting for Johnny, because now he's got Robby back. He's lost Miguel. So he's going to take Robby with him, and they're both going to get Miguel back. Like, let's let Johnny have both of his sons. Come on. Like, let's bury this. And I did say also that this season, you know, needed to bury the Lawrence and the Russo feud for good. I don't want this to keep going on any longer. We needed something fresh. This season has done that. And again with this scene, it was an absolutely heart-wrenching scene, and it was so, not heart-wrenching, heartwarming, so emotional, and just so worthwhile and so satisfying. It's been building up for so long between these two characters. They're not blaming each other, you know, Robbie's not blaming him, Johnny's not, you know, taking jabs at Robby. They both understand each other, and they both embrace as father and son, finally, after all this time. After all this time. And I think, you know, even those who don't really like Robby's character, you know, you can even admit, this scene was emotional as hell. It was probably one of the most emotional scenes in the whole show. Why? Because they've been building up to it for 4 seasons. All those videos I did talking about the seeds that were planted in seasons 1, 2, and 3 have now just been paid off. You know? I know it seems like I'm gloating a lot in this video, but I did say it. I have been calling it for a good solid year, and now everyone's coming out the woodwork saying, oh, Robby's actually an interesting character now. What have I been saying? I've been saying it for ages. It's been there the whole time. But, you know, people have this team mentality of Team Miguel, Team Hawk, Team Robby, Team Sam, Team Tori, that they're unable to see the point of this show, that it's not about that. It's about life. Which is why the characters are always switching dojos. Robby joining Cobra Kai, Hawk joining Miyagi-Do. You know, you've got Tori and Robby that will probably join Eagle Fang next season. Miguel that will probably join Miyagi-Do. You know, you got Dimitri and Chris that wanted to be in Cobra Kai and they went to Miyagi-Do. Like, there's reasons why the characters keep switching dojos, because it's different philosophies and all the kids are learning. Even the adults too, but the kids are learning and we're learning with them. That's what's great about this show. But yeah, sorry if I went off on a tangent with this video, but this video here connects everything that I've been saying for the last year in regards to Robby Keane. The one slight change we need to make to Robby's character. Can we call him Robby Lawrence, please? Like, can we make that a thing? Because Robby Keane, it's cool. I want Robby Lawrence. And I think the season where he's with his father is when you're gonna see it. And this scene was so powerful, so moving. Hell, I put a little camera video up a couple of days ago after rewatching season 4 again. This scene just hits on all the right notes. You know, the minute the tear drops down Robby's eye, you know, it's just, it hits you. It hits you. And then they embrace and everything's peaceful. There's hope. There's hope there. And while we don't specifically know what's going to happen with those two, that is a major stepping stone in the right direction after 4 seasons. Finally, our boy Robby has come home. And now, it's time to go and bring Miguel home as well. Have the both of them on the same page. Please. We're so close to that Goku and Vegeta team up. We're so close. But guys and girls, jump in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of this scene. And to those that have been supportive of my Robby videos, I hope that when you saw that scene, you were like, man, that's what's up. And to those that don't like Robby's character, I hope this scene gave you a little bit of like gravity and a bit more emotional depth to his character. And I think seeing Robby's whole thing for the past 4 seasons, we haven't really seen Robby break down. He's been keeping his emotions quite reserved, and I think a lot of people can relate to that, especially kids who grew up in fatherless households. I did videos talking about this, about how a father figure is so important, which is why Robby's drifted from Johnny to Daniel to Kreese, back to Johnny, then back to Kreese, because he's yearning for that father figure. And I know a lot of kids, you know, or people in today's modern world can really relate to that. They can really relate to it, whether it was through divorce, whether it was through other circumstances. People can relate to that on such a deeper level. And seeing Robby break down in front of his father like that and put himself in such a vulnerable position speaks on the level of progression that these two have now had. And it's about time. Guys and girls, we just hit 6k the other week. We're marching forth to 6k. I was about to say we're marching forth to 6k again. We're marching forth to 7k over here. Can we get it by? Ooh, I'd say I'd give it a couple of months. You know, I want to be cautiously optimistic. But the tagline for this video isn't going to be "You are weak." It isn't going to be any of that. It's going to be "I'm sick of blaming you, Dad." Like that line was fucking golden. And William and Tanner, man, they knocked it out the park. Next up, I'm talking about Eli, and then after that, I'm talking about Miguel and Johnny, because that one... Now, that one was the opposite of this one. This one was emotional, but this one was a good kind of emotional. That one was heartbreaking, but, you know, I'll get to that. Peace.